So the question is, what does this mean for you? We are looking for partners in other parts of the world who can help us to take the ClickFunnels message to more entrepreneurs, to more business people. We cannot do this by ourselves. Hey, we're here to tell you about how we just launched ClickFunnels Japan. We'll show you what we did right and then everything that went wrong. Apparently there's no clicker. What these? I'm not feeling it, I'm not gonna lie, Dan. It's gonna be hard for me to get in state.
Well, we're here in Japan because it's been a long time running, but we finally are launching internationally, officially with ClickFunnels.
We wanted it to go international, it's like year 1 or 2, because we had people signing up in Italy, Brazil, Japan, everywhere people were signing up using ClickFunnels. In fact, Dave Woodward, that's one of the things he always wanted to do. He was like, we have to figure out how to get international.
There's always been in the back of our minds, and even in discussions at all of our meetings, like the opportunity and the need to help people more internationally, but people had kind of found ways to use it internationally, even though we weren't properly supporting it, and we just never made it a #1 priority. And this year, we just kind of decided this was gonna be one of the top priorities no matter what.
And the biggest problem we had going international, there were like 2 or 3 problems. One was, how do we translate the software?
Full translation support, payment methods, education, training, coaching, the whole thing.
We have to like recode every single page for every single language. We couldn't figure that. And there's a lot of things like that that would just have made it hard. When we built the new version of ClickFunnels, we built it differently so you could be able to do translation across the app and things like that.
We had built it from day one, being expecting to do internationalization across the board with the platform, so that the platform itself was there. It has been for at least a year or so now.
The last thing we needed though is we needed somebody who's here in the streets of Japan who can actually take this and run with it. And so obviously we've had a lot of partners in Japan, a lot of ClickFunnels members, but there's one person in particular who stuck out because for some reason he shows up to every ClickFunnels event. When we launched ClickFunnels 2.0, he was in our office in Boise. When we launched OfferLab, did our first ClickFunnels Connect event in California, he somehow showed up there. And he doesn't speak English, he just shows up, he's a super fan.
Welcome to Japan.
He had an audience, he'd been teaching the funnel hacker mantra, teaching ClickFunnels to students here in Japan.
It's rare to find someone that's that passionate about you and your business and your brand. We thought, okay, now that we have the technical things in place, and we found Jun Suzuki and have his support and his team's support to continue to grow this business here in Japan afterwards.
So yeah, all of that combined just kind of made it make perfect sense to do it here and now.
Hey, what's up? We're here in Tokyo. I got my fit on, and today we're wandering around seeing the city before we get ready for the big ClickFunnels launch event here in a couple days. So let's go get started. Sumo rest.
What you gotta do? 3, 2, 1, hit it! Go! Hit it!
For us, and for ClickFunnels, this was kind of like our first trial at trying international. And we could have picked an easy market where we knew the language or it was simple, but we decided to pick one of probably the more difficult markets, which is Japan. We thought if we could do it here, if we could make an impact here and we could grow from here, we could do it anywhere. And so this was kind of like the very first test drive. And if I told you everything was just sunshine and roses, I would be lying.
So we can't set up the day before, but this will be like the registration area.
Good morning.
Like, and all the stuff there. So they're setting up for tomorrow.
The night before, we had a chance to go to the event and see the venue. And I was like, oh, this is nice. They're getting things set up.
Everything's fine. It's just the translation thing makes me nervous. You know, just talk slower, enunciate your words better. Arigato.
And we assumed that that night after we went back to bed, they were going to finish it. But they didn't.
Oh. Do you want to get us in? No? Setting up still.
When we got in there, it was just like nothing was even done yet. They were still setting things up.
There's no clicker.
They didn't have a clicker. Like no clicker to click the slides. I was like, well, how am I supposed to like progress? Like, oh, someone in the back will click the slides for you. I'm like, that's not possible. I have hundreds of slides with 20,000 transitions in between them. Like, and I talk a million miles a minute.
It was some like, we'll call it amateur type stuff that we just haven't dealt with in a decade, honestly.
Oh, it was just chaos. The computer monitors, one of them died, so like you usually have confidence monitors to see what's coming, and so one of them died. The other one worked, but it couldn't connect it to what was being on the projector behind. And so they're seeing this right here, and I'm seeing something completely different here. And so someone's trying to like sync with my clicks to make sure this one's keeping up, and he's never keeping up. He's never even close to what I'm at. We were 50 minutes late and they still hadn't let anybody actually into the room yet. We had some really hard deadlines of all the speakers and the times when we had to be out of the venue. I tried to smile through it initially, but yeah, the first 3 or 4 hours of the day were pretty bad. Yeah.
Welcome, ClickFunnels!
Once we got through that and got going, it was great. It was just a little bit of bumpy road at the beginning. Lost in translation.
Through all of that chaos, the event finally started. The MC went out there and he's like the Japanese Tony Robbins. He's jumping, he's yelling. Say yes! Say yes! And he reset the energy in that room. It was awesome.
Today is an extremely special day for ClickFunnels launching in Japanese and in Japan. Having Russell and Todd come to Japan has been a dream for people in our company for a long time. I want to introduce somebody today. He is the man who had the dream of bringing Russell to Japan. To give a big round of applause, welcome Jun Suzuki.
Jun had a chance to speak, which was really fun, seeing Jun teaching funnels. He was explaining the foundations of funnels and value ladders and things like that. And then it introduced me into my first presentation. But I wanted to show them there's another way to make money with the things that we're talking about with funnels. And we started talking about funnel building as an opportunity and how if you know a business that needs a funnel, you can get paid to build that funnel for them. And we started talking about those concepts. I could see like the switch in their head clicked. I think culturally it's not comfortable for most people to break out and be like, I'm an expert, look how great I am. Like it's very different than in America. We're reserved, conservative, but they do things with absolute precision. And I started showing them like these funnels aren't just if you want to launch your own expert business, but if you want to turn that into an opportunity, you can build funnels for other people. And there's processes and there's systems and they work systematically over and over and over again.
That's how you scale a business, how you scale a company. So that's the big secret. Okay, that's why I want you guys building good funnels. When you do that, it changes everything. It becomes so simple and so easy and so much fun.
I'd say after that, it went almost flawless. Everything ran like clockwork and the event was a huge success. So that's kind of what we've been doing. We came out here, did an event with Jun. We had about, I think, 400 or 500 people who showed up at the event. And we taught them about ClickFunnels, the basics, the stuff that 10 years ago was like mind-blowing to everybody. Nowadays, people are like, oh yeah, of course I know what a funnel is. We're here, it's not, it's brand new again.
Well, there's one person that is ultimately responsible for getting us rolled out in Japan that wanted this more than anyone, and that's Dave. Dave was the one that had always pushed to roll us out internationally. He saw the opportunities for the business, but also really had a heart for people and knew that what we were helping with people with in the States, there were so many underserved markets that just are completely in the dark about the opportunities, about chasing their dreams, about being inspired. So Dave was always a huge proponent of that. Yeah.
So the question is, what does this mean for you? Well, it depends. Right now, we are looking for partners in other parts of the world who can help us to take the ClickFunnels message to more entrepreneurs and more business people. We cannot do this by ourselves. We need a Jun Suzuki in Japan. We need you wherever you are. We're trying to find the ambassadors who are as obsessed with ClickFunnels and obsessed with what we do with entrepreneurs as we are. And we're finding those people and we're partnering with them to be able to bring this message out to more people. So if that's you and you like to work with us directly, let me know. Get in contact with us. For years, people messaging us wanting to take this message to different places, and we didn't have the things in place to do it, but now we do. And it's exciting, it's different, it was a little chaotic, but we got it in a spot now we can take this to more and more countries. So we appreciate you, excited to be working with you in the future, and cannot wait to take this message out to the entire world. And then last up, this is kind of a throwback to how we used to do videos back in the day, seeing a lot more behind the scenes of the chaos that's happening every single day here at ClickFunnels. We are always pushing the boundaries, doing different things, unique things, and for the most part, you guys don't have a chance to see it. So if you're interested in more videos like this, if you like this, you want us to share more, please comment down below, click down below, let us know. And if so, I'll bring Dan with me everywhere we go, and we'll capture all this stuff for you and share it. So let me know, and I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope that it helps.